Not much movement at all in the equities so far this morning. As I speak to you right now, the Dow is up 2 basis points, so 0.02%. The S&P up 0.1%. The NASDAQ just over 0.2%, so that's 0.22, which is 22 basis points. And the Russell up 0.43, so a little more than 0.4%, 43 basis points, as the entire market plays the waiting game as we look forward to a very big week of information and data, but I'll talk about that in a minute. We've got interest rates on U.S. Treasuries slightly lower. The 2-year is down 1 basis point, the 5-year is down 3 basis points, and the 10-year is down 4 basis points. The 30-year is down 3 basis points. 10-year sits at about 4.11. 2-year sits at about 4.33. That's weakening the dollar just a touch, although it's still a little bit stronger versus the euro, which is the main way that it's measured. That's as of right now, as I speak to you. Crude oil is lower this morning, down 1.5%, but gold's a little higher. This is clearly despite the tensions we saw in the Middle East, with 3 American soldiers killed and dozens injured in a drone attack in Jordan. Some people blaming Iran denying any responsibility for the attack at all. So crude oil not responding at this point, but gold is responding a little bit, and that's with yields a little bit lower, which generally would put gold lower as well, but that's not what we're seeing. Gold's up about 1/3 of 1%. Now, there's a very big week coming, and it's starting out slow, which is part of the reason the stocks haven't moved much right now. That's the waiting game that I was referring to. We got an ECB meeting this week. We got an FOMC meeting this week, and we've got tons and tons of companies reporting earnings, especially the big tech. So let's start with what we have today after the close. We get 21 companies with market caps over $1 billion, including Nucor, Cleveland-Cliffs, and Whirlpool. Tomorrow before the open, 24 companies with market caps over $1 billion, including Danaher Corp, which is a big healthcare researcher, Pfizer, UPS, Marathon Petroleum, General Motors, Manpower Group, and Pulte Homes. Data tonight, Japanese unemployment rate. Tomorrow, EU and German final GDP figures, January consumer confidence and JOLTS jobs data in the US, and then tomorrow night, PMI figures in China.